Tests for nickel ion. Nickel is a chemical element with the symbol Ni. It is found in various salts like nickel chloride, nickel nitrate and nickel carbonate as nickel 2 positive ion. In group 4, nickel ions are precipitated as their sulfides by passing hydrogen sulfide gas through their solutions. Our aim here is to test for the presence of nickel ion in a given salt. First, we look at the preliminary test of nickel ion. Borax bead test. Materials required: original salt, borax, platinum wire loop and Bunsen burner. Procedure: take a small quantity of borax powder in the loop of platinum wire by dipping it in borax powder. Heat it in the flame of the Bunsen burner. Borax swells and forms a transparent colorless glassy bead. Dip the hot bead in the watch glass containing salt. Heat it again either in the oxidizing flame or in the reducing flame of the Bunsen burner. In the oxidizing flame, the color of the bead becomes brown when hot and pale brown when cold. In reducing flame, the bead becomes grey when hot and opaque when cold. Next, we look at the analysis of the nickel ion. Materials required: salt solution in a test tube, concentrated nitric acid, ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide, hydrogen sulfide gas, spatula, droppers, test tube holder and Bunsen burner. Procedure: take a small quantity of concentrated nitric acid using a dropper. Add it into the salt solution taken in a test tube. Boil the solution for some time over the Bunsen burner. Using the spatula, add a small quantity of ammonium chloride to the solution. Boil the contents again and cool the test tube in a beaker containing water. Then add excess of ammonium hydroxide solution and shake well. Now, pass hydrogen sulfide gas through the solution. Nickel 2 ions present in the salt solution react with hydrogen sulfide to form a black precipitate of nickel sulfide. Finally, we look at the confirmatory tests of nickel. Dimethyl glyoxime test. Materials required: salt solution in a test tube, ammonium hydroxide, dimethyl glyoxime and droppers. Procedure: take a small quantity of salt solution in a test tube. To this, add a small quantity of ammonium hydroxide solution to make the solution alkaline. Using a dropper, add a few drops of dimethyl glyoxime to the test tube. Nickel ions present in the salt solution react with dimethyl glyoxime to give a bright rose red precipitate due to the formation of a complex. Sodium hydroxide bromine water test. Materials required: salt solution in a test tube, sodium hydroxide, bromine water, droppers, test tube holder and Bunsen burner. Procedure: take a small quantity of salt solution in a test tube. Using a dropper, add a small quantity of sodium hydroxide solution to the test tube. Nickel ions present in the salt solution react with sodium hydroxide to form green precipitate of nickel 2 hydroxide. Using another dropper, add a small quantity of bromine water to the test tube. Heat the test tube over the Bunsen burner. Nickel 2 hydroxide reacts with bromine water to form nickel 3 hydroxide. Precautions: handle nitric acid and hydrogen sulfide with proper care because they are highly hazardous. Heating should be done very carefully.